Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of AI in Software Development. Today I have with me Swati. Swati plays the role of quality assurance in one of our teams. Swati, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, so hi Mayank, thanks. So hello everyone, I am Swati, working as a senior QA architect at Devon. My core expertise is in test automation engineering, and over the years I have been focused on building scalable high quality automation frameworks. So as a senior member of the team, I ensure that our automation isn't just fast, it's reliable, consistent, and adds real value across the development cycle.
All right, good to have you here, Swati. And as always, I'm your host, Mayank. Happy to chat with Swati today about the different facets of software testing and what she is doing in terms of, or what she's seeing in terms of different projects that she's implementing. So Swati, coming to the topic of the day, AI, right? We hear AI everywhere, even within our organization, outside the organization. So if I have to cut through the buzz, why is it so critical in software testing right now and suddenly? So, is this just a latest trend, or would you say it's really important for software testing right now?
So that's really a great question. It's definitely more than a trend, it's becoming a necessity.
Okay.
The core reasons is due to the complexity of modern software development coupled with increasing business risk. Teams are shipping features daily, even hourly. Traditional testing, even with basic automation, often can't keep up. So that's create more bottlenecks. Plus software systems themselves are incredibly complex now. Microservices, cloud platforms, and we have countless devices. A quality slip isn't just a bug anymore. It can mean lot of loss in revenue, damaged reputations, or even compliance failures.
Right. Okay, so it sounds like the pressure is immense. I remember one of my favorite interview questions to ask from quality assurance engineers is how would you go about creating a test strategy for a one-day sprint, right? A lot of people think it's about completing a lot of things within a day's time, but it's actually thinking about quality in a way that you can think really shift left, right? Exactly. With AI in the mix, how do you think it's alleviating the pressure of, let's say, a bug in the product, which might lead to a lot of issues?
Sure. So AI allows a shift from what you might call brute force, just running lots of scripts, to truly intelligent optimization. It helps focus testing on high risk areas. It just eliminates unnecessary tests and catch issues much earlier. The shift left approach we hear about. It's about augmenting human intelligence, making testing smarter, not just faster.
Right.
Think of it as a risk management strategy built for today's rapid development cycles.
Okay, so I can gather, Swati, that it's not about test automation anymore. I remember when we started our career, we used to take pride in how many test cases we were able to automate, right? True. But I think with the advent of AI, we are realizing more and more that it's about intelligent automation rather than brute force. Of some concrete examples of how, or can you provide some concrete examples from the projects that you're implementing?
We are seeing AI making very big impacts in several areas. One big thing is the intelligent test generation, where AI tools can analyze source code, API, endpoints, and multiple other things to generate a unit test or API test. In our case, we have seen where the code coverage dramatically jumped from 40% to 80% almost in no time. On the UI side, AI isn't just checking if the button works, the page is loading, how it is behaving correctly across different devices and browsers. Some tools even let you generate UI test scripts using just a plain text.
Okay, so that sounds powerful, Swati. I can imagine if you have ability to generate test cases, it can help you increase the test coverage drastically, let's say within a relatively short time frame. But what about maintaining the tests? I remember when I started my career, we were writing tests in QC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maintaining tests was always a headache. Now, of course, it's gone through various cycles of evolution as such. But do you see the maintenance part of tests becoming any easier with AI now?
I can say exactly it's becoming easier.
Okay.
There are some minor UI changes which often breaks the application, leading to flaky tests. It doesn't when self-healing uses AI, it detects these changes, and for example, if you have a button ID changed or some label changed, typically analyze those changes and makes them updated, find the correct element, and it's automatically updating the test script, often without human intervention.
Okay.
This cut down the maintenance time, and one of the reports says that it is by 80% the automation suits will be more reliable.
Okay. So if I understand you correctly, Swati, with self-healing tests, the maintenance of test scripts is becoming easier, test suite is becoming easier, and an 80% reduction in maintenance sounds changer. You also mentioned that AI is checking if the things look right on UI, right? Mm-hmm. Is that something that you have seen in your project as well?
Yes. So that's where visual AI testing comes into picture.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Traditional visual testing often uses pixel by pixel comparison, where it generates tons of false positive results due to the dynamic content. Here, visual AI is smarter. It analyzes layout, structures, content more like how human do. It differentiates between the real visual bugs from the noises. This ensures visual consistency across all browsers and devices without training testers in false apps. On the other side, AI is also enhancing performance testing by analyzing the results to pinpoint the bottlenecks, and also it contributes towards the security testing, which also enhances faster and more accurate results.
Okay, so it looks like it's touching all aspects of testing, right? And it's pretty clear to me that it has its advantages, Swati. But even now, I see a lot of teams struggling with implementing AI in testing. I don't know if it's lack of strategy or if it's a lack of tools availability, etc. But what are the hurdles that you see in your experience?
Yeah, right, Mike. Strategy is always a crucial one. Okay. Simply buying tools doesn't help anyone out here. So a structured approach is always one with a successful adaptation. So we initially started with awareness and with small wins. Then we identified high valued use cases, and then we created POCs on the testing environment. We also introduced a concept called hybrid concept, where the AI generate the script and we add human specific validations inside the code, because the AI lacks the domain knowledge where human wins. Right. So this is the strategy we used in the beginning. And moving towards scaling, where we have proven solution, we always supported by a center of excellence. The more recent frameworks emphasizes getting governance, data strategy, and responsible AI principles right before we scale widely.
Okay. So it sounds like a lot of things are important for teams to implement AI properly in their testing strategy. So for example, I can imagine data being very important, integration being very important, skills of the team being important. And you gave a very good example of how you are letting AI generate the scripts, but you are adding the validation points because the AI did not have domain knowledge as such. So in that way, the trust could be another thing that's quite important as well. But let's say, assuming, like in your case, if a certain organization is able to navigate these, what can organization expect as ROI?
So talking about the ROI, it is very significant. Test cycles can shrink dramatically. So coverage improves, where it leads to higher software quality with fewer defects escaping into the production. But when you catch back earlier, it saves more time and it saves more cost. A bug which is fixed during the post-release can be 30 times more expensive before when you fix it in the UAT. So that's a case study result which shows there is some 30 to 40% reduction in test time being dropped in post-launch defects, and millions saved annually in some cases.
All right. So those are compelling numbers, Swati. But beyond matrices, let's say if we have to talk about the evolving role of a QA professional, how is that evolving in your view? Because you have been into a setup which has embraced AI integration into testing already.
It's more of an evaluation. AI is automating the repetitive task, time-consuming task, freeing up the QA professionals to focus on higher value rather than doing the same kind of repetitive task. The point is shifting the primary test execution to test strategy, analysis, and more. Humans bring, like, the thinking power of humans is very critical, and their domain expertise and their creativity. The future is collaborative. Humans and AI needs to work together in QA space.
All right. So humans and AI need to work together. And with your answer, the sense that I'm getting, Swati, is that QA role is becoming much more strategic now, right? Because you said it's shifting towards QA strategy rather than just test implementation.
Yeah.
So let's say if somebody wants to be a QA in the AI-driven world, what skills are needed as of today? Because I can imagine it might be different in future. But what skills are needed as of today to, let's say, play this role in a good way?
Yeah. So when we talk about skills, we should have core programming skills, either Python, Java, on the core side. And automation frameworks remains vital and plays a very important role. But now, a solid understanding of artificial intelligence and machine learning is also expected. Also, cloud testing skills are essential. On the other side, security testing knowledge, which is DevSecOps, is really a game changer. Also, people might require a strong analytical skills to analyze complex test results, and soft skills, combination of soft skills like communication and adaptability are more important than ever. So continuous learning is absolutely a key, where we see new roles even emerging in today's world, like a role called AI quality engineer.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like there's been an expansion in the skills expected from a quality assurance engineer as well. A solid foundation of, let's say, AI skills would be helpful to thrive in this market. Things look exciting, Swati. I'm sure that as you're watching and working in this space, you would also start seeing a bit of future trends now. So what are you personally most excited about looking at the changes that's happening in the market, especially with the AI?
So recently the market is buzzing with Agentic AI. So these are AI systems that can understand your goals, plan actions, use tools, and learn more from gathering the inputs from human. Just imagine an AI agent which can design a test strategy, like execute it, analyze the reports, and also provides you a bug reports. In certain cases, it can give you fixes, like suggestions of fixes with no human intervention. So these are what we call as agentic AI. And we also see trend towards hyper automation across entire software life cycle and more predictive analytics to focus quality issues.
Wow, so something to watch out for, Swati. I must say it has been a very insightful session today talking to you. We are delivering quality, but at the speed of innovation now. I think that's the expectation, because software development is expected to accelerate with the intervention of AI, and software quality engineering will need to keep pace.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a transformation, Swati. I'm personally interested to, I'm personally excited to watch out this space, and we'll keep learning from each other. So thanks a lot, Swati, for appearing on the podcast today, and hope to catch up with you in a couple of months' time once you have the next iteration of software quality into your product.
Sure. And hope to see you again with much more insights over AI.
And to everybody listening in, please feel free to let us know in comments about how your organization is implementing AI in software quality. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.